Hi, friends. Today we are finishing up our devotional look through Psalm 34. Would you go ahead one last time, read through Psalm 34 in your Bible or smartphone Bible app, check it out, and when you have finished, come back and join me. Click pause now. We'll see you in a second. All right, friends, today our verse that we are focusing on is verse 14. It says simply this: turn away from evil and do good. Search for peace and work to maintain it. I want us to focus on that last part of that verse. Search for peace and work to maintain it. Work to keep it, some translations say. Peace is valuable and peace is precious. And as many of us are seeing in these days, peace seems to be an increasingly rare reality. But we all know it, right? We all know what it is. We know it when we see it. We know it when we experience it, because peace is so precious. So I have a question for us today. Am I a peacemaker or am I a peace taker? An uncomfortable question to wrestle with, but very necessary. Am I a peacemaker or am I a peace taker? Matthew chapter 5, verse 9, Jesus tells us, "Blessed are the peacemakers, because they will be called children of God." Blessed are the peacemakers, because they will be called children of God. Wow. Friends, God values peace, and God is honored when his people go out of their way to make peace and keep peace. I've come to this place in my life where I'm wrestling with a challenge that might only be a challenge for me personally, but I think it is valuable. I wonder if keeping peace is more valuable than being right. Don't get me wrong, truth is important, and truth is absolutely necessary. But when it comes to my relationships with other people and my interactions with other people, what's more important? Proving that my way is right, proving that my opinions are the most important, proving that I'm right, or keeping peace. Winning the fight at all cost, or maintaining peace. I think keeping peace is more valuable and more fruitful in the long run than victory. I think keeping peace is more fruitful and more valuable in the long run than victory. Friends, conflict in our relationships is a cancer. Frustrations will come and disagreements will come, but am I a peacemaker or am I a peace taker? It's a valuable question that we need to wrestle with. Friends, how is your peace? Maybe for some of us a better question might be, what is stealing your peace? Some things in life that steal our peace are altogether unnecessary, and we ought to remove them. Sometimes media and sometimes news, unhealthy relationships, these can be things that we just need to remove. Stop giving them a place in your life. Stop giving them influence in your mind. Other details of life are necessary, and we just can't get away from them. In these areas, we need to pray for wisdom, and we need to pray for humility to handle them better and become a peacemaker rather than a peace taker. So, real fast, how do we become peacemakers instead of peace takers? Hey, Psalm 34 has answered this question for us. 3 steps. Step number 1, go back and watch our video on Psalm 34 verse 2 and boast in God. Celebrate God's power. Celebrate God's goodness and his grace. And in so doing, find his hope. Find true faith and hope that comes from him. And you will find lasting peace when you boast in the Lord. Get in the Word and know this God who has redeemed you. Know this God who walks with you. Know this God who has not abandoned us for a moment. Boast in God. And that's the necessary first step for finding and keeping peace. Step 2, go back and watch the second video, Psalm 34, verses 4, 6, and 8, and spend some time in prayer. Spend some time pouring out your heart to God, your concerns and your frustrations to God, and then listen. You wouldn't go into a valuable conversation just talking. You would also at some point shut your mouth, open your ears, and you would listen. Do the same with God. See what God might have to say to you. Prayer is the way that we taste and see the goodness of God. Being a peacemaker shows that we've been in the presence of the Prince of Peace. And step 3, last but not least, there comes points in time where we need to realize that keeping peace is more valuable and more fruitful in the long run than victory. Truth is important, and we don't sacrifice truth. But peace is more fruitful in the long run in many, many cases than victory. Turn away from evil. Do good. Search for peace. Cultivate peace and work to maintain it. Friends, I commission you. I send you today. Wherever you're living your life, go and be a peacemaker. Blessed are those who are peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Friends, we love you. We're praying with you, praying for you on this journey to be a peacemaker.